That money you want to keep and buy dresses and shoes for Christmas. Hello, beautiful people. How are you guys doing today? Hope you people are doing well. Okay, guys, so I am back again, and this video is basically going to be talking about Denmark. If you intend to migrate to Europe next year, precisely to Denmark, then this is what you should be doing as of now. Next month is November, and we are left with just 1 month, which is December, to the end of 2025. Now, admissions are already open to those who want to, like in Europe. So those who want to start lectures next year, September, this is the right time for you to begin your application, like to start your search. Start looking at university's website. By now, you should already look at your budget, and then you decide on which country you really want to migrate to. Now, to those of you who are looking at families, remember I said this video is about Denmark. I want to tell you the dates you should put into consideration if you really want to apply to Danish universities. Now, before I talk about that, those of you who are looking at migrating with families, if you really want to move abroad with your family, you should know that it's not every country that will accept you with family. Because yesterday I had a call, one-on-one call with some couples, and they were like, Milton, I want to migrate to Lithuania with my family or Luxembourg. No, you cannot migrate to these countries with your family. If you want to migrate with family, then you should be looking at countries like 1, Spain, 2, Netherlands, 3, Finland, 4, Denmark, 5, Sweden, 6, Austria, 7. I talked about Finland, right? 7, Portugal. And maybe if you want, this is for Europe, and if you want to move towards the West, then you should be looking at America for PhD, or you should be looking at Canada for master's or PhD. You cannot study in Canada again at maybe you cannot do a diploma program or maybe a certificate program in Canada again. And like if you cannot apply for such programs and carry your family along. If you really want to move to Canada, then you have to make sure that you get admission to study a master's or PhD, or you look towards Australia and New Zealand. Now, I'm going to be dropping a video on my other YouTube channel about Australia, and what even prompted me to make that video, I actually wanted to maybe upload videos on that channel. You already know why I created that channel. It is for Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, okay, content. So that is where those videos are going to go. Now, most people do not understand because there are a lot of things that have changed. Even in the Netherlands, things have changed. Even in Australia, things have changed. Now, if you study in Australia and you are 36 years, you cannot, like if you start lectures in Australia when you are already 36, you cannot finish your program and there is no possibility for you to get your permanent residency. Australia is trying to maximize, like look at who can get their permanent residency because they are also looking at their age. So you need to know all these things. Even as I'm talking to you now, most people do not even know that to study in Canada now, there are specific programs that you must apply for if you want to move to Canada, get a visa, point number 1. Point number 2, if you want to study and get post-graduation work permit, then point number 3, if at the end of the day, you really want to get PR and citizenship. Most people do not know about that. But please, I encourage you to check the IRCC. I'm going to be dropping all this information on the channel, okay, the new channel that I told you about, because I believe that if I drop the material there, most of you will digest, and of course, it's going to help a lot. Now, let's talk about Denmark. If you want to move to Denmark next year, these are the things you should do. Save this video because you are going to say, oh, Milton actually said this thing next year. Save this video. 1, some universities in Denmark are actually rejecting international students for February 2026. Now, you are going to be applying for August, September 2026. What are you going to do differently? This is what you should do differently. 1, apply to 3 or 4 schools. 2, 3 or 4 schools. 2, make sure you apply on time. I'm going to give you the dates. I have them here with me on when you should actually submit your application. 3, remember, once you apply to Denmark and you intend to move with family, make sure you also put in for other countries that you think your budget can carry you and you can also migrate with family. Examples I've given you already. 5, make sure you follow instructions. If the school says you need a bachelor's degree in linguistics to apply for this master's program, do not go applying with bachelor's in economics. If they say you need to have a bachelor's degree in data analytics, do not go using a geography degree to apply. Otherwise, you are going to get rejected. Now, once you apply, keep at the back of your mind that there are things that you are going to do. What are the things? Immediately you get admission, do not waste time, because I'm telling you this because appointment is going to be difficult this year. I keep emphasizing on this because I know most of you will not even listen to this. That is a fact, guys. Appointment is going to be difficult because now United States say they do not want international students again. So what are international students going to do? Most people are going to now shift their focus to Europe. So immediately you are given that 14 days to pay your fees for Denmark, then you should try as much as possible to pay the fees so that you don't lose your position. Once you pay, then the next thing you need to do now is to begin visa process. Remember, you do not need proof of funds to study again in Denmark. Immediately you get admission. This is a fact. If you still doubt this information, go to the Siri platform, read it well. Don't read the first page and run away. The information I'm giving you now is on the second page. I've seen it with my 2 eyes. That's why I'm here to update everybody. Now, another thing you should note with Denmark is that if you intend to move to Denmark, at the end of the day, you stop your academics, not just Denmark. I was speaking to a friend today, and he told me that many international students have been cut off of their residence permit. Now, in Lithuania, what happened? They went to Lithuania. Instead of them to chase school, most of them are chasing jobs, which I totally understand. We need the finance. But again, you have to calculate this thing because you need to ask yourself, why did I even move in the first place? Did I move because of job alone? Or I'm trying to secure my stay and get papers? Then you see how you can maximize the two together so that at the end of the day, you don't blame anybody. Because if you are cut off your residence permit because you violated the law, you came through school, you said you want to go to school, they gave you an opportunity, you came in and you refused to go to school, it is a problem. It is a very big problem. And some of you will even go to the extent and say, oh, I want to drop school and go and seek Aduro. It is a problem because they are going to see your details in the system. How did you come into the country? Through academic. They gave you a student visa on promise. You gave them that you have money to pay your fees. And when you came in, you decided to take Aduro. That is not going to work. At the end of the day, they might give you the stay to stay. But at the end of the day, this might cause you a problem. So please look into all of this and then you decide. Now, if you want to apply to the University of Aalborg in Denmark, then make sure you start looking at the website from the 15th of December to the 1st of March 2026. 15th of December 2025 to the 1st of March 2026. Admissions is going to start on this particular date in December. Now, if you want to apply to the University of Aarhus, make sure by the 1st of November, which is in like 10 days from now, you should start looking at their website. Admissions is going to commence on the 1st of November, and the deadline for you to apply, the deadline is the 15th of July, January, not July. Now, look at it. November 1st, you have 30 days to December. Then December 1st, you have 30 days to January. So they are giving you 2 months and 15 days. Am I correct? Yes. So please do not sleep on this application. The more you waste time, trust me, the first applications that goes into the system, they will start looking at it because they already know that international students really want to come in. So they are not going to waste time. Once they look at the first applications and yours is not there, maybe within the first 1 or 2 weeks, you are in serious issues. Make sure you put in an application early enough. It is very important. Now, if you want to apply to the University of Southern Denmark, make sure you submit your application by January 1st to February 1st. So they are giving you 1 month, Southern Denmark. Now, you see, look at the interval, January 1st to February 1st. This is the same institutions that said they do not need a lot of international students again. As I'm talking to you, those who applied, most of the people who applied for February intake, their money was given back to them, right? So pay attention. Now, University of Copenhagen is another big institution. This institution charge almost, I think, maybe 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 euros. But it is a very good school, in fact, schools in Denmark are top notch. They are like Dutch universities. So if you can apply from 15 November to 15th of January, then you are good to go. You see the interval, so do not waste time. Now, another opportunity you have is at the University of Roskilde. Okay, Roskilde, I usually call it Roskilde or Roskilde. if you can apply to this institution, make sure you start looking at the website. If you really want to do it, make sure by 15 November to January 15, you should have done everything. So it is now time for you to take out your book, take a pen, go to the website, check all the details there, look at the options that they have, or maybe the study programs that they have. Then you look at the requirements, because if you do not know the requirements, you will not be able to pull through with this. It is very important. Then those of you who always complain of finance, please, if it is your parents who is going to pay your application fee, go to this institution website and take a look at the program, then plan your budget now, because application fee is involved, and Danish universities, they are very expensive. All right, so take a look at University of Roskilde. Then if you want to apply to Technical University of Denmark, then you have to be looking at November 15 to 15 of January, okay, 2026. This is the interval for you to do the application. Then Copenhagen Business School is going to open by January 27 to April 20. This one is quite expensive. That's why they extended the application timeline like this, because you cannot get this interval in any university in Denmark. Please do not waste time. Then IT University of Copenhagen is January 15 to March 15. So I think this is what you need to know. You can also move with family. If you are moving with family to Denmark, you also have money to show to the immigration before they will give you the visa. I talked about this already. You need to show them 81,000 Danish kroner. To Cameroon CFA is like 7 million. Okay, so I think 7.2 million. So other nationals, please check the equivalent to your own local currency, and then you decide now. Now is the time. You need to know now where you want to go before December. Don't take your money and eat it all for Christmas. At the end of the day, those clothes and those shoes you want to buy for Christmas, keep the money and pay your application fee. I have set my own, and this is all I can say. Any other thing we will be discussing on the channel. I want to say something. That money you want to keep and buy dresses and shoes for Christmas, this is the time to save the money, because France is open, Belgium is open, Netherlands is open, Denmark will open soon, and so many other countries. Lithuania is open soon. Almost all these countries, you need to pay application fee. That application fee can give you an advantage.